You're looking at a Tern Verge X30 bike. This bike, as standard, is fitted with a 10-speed cassette, Shimano changer, has a SRAM hub gear, 3-speed hub gear, and this is the changer for the hub gear. It's a little box push-pull mechanism. Gives you 30 gears. All the gears are selectable. Gives you a wide range of gearing. The front, you've got a single chain wheel. This has had a modification. This has got a special spacer on that I fitted. This stops the chain coming off, which it will on the standard unit. Very unforgiving, but it all works now very nicely. One of the problems with the bike is that it has a long gear cables, and the long gear cables mean that the gear change is very imprecise, and you can wait 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 seconds for the gear changing to change down or up because of that long run. And the other side of the frame, through the bottom, down to the gear changing mechanism. So I set out to improve this. I had to have a better gear change. Decided to fit a Shimano Electronic Gear Change to it. Contacted one of the major suppliers in the UK and said can't do it. To me that's a challenge, so I thought, right, I'm going to do it. I shall show them. First thing you need is a battery pack to power it. Here we have a Shimano battery pack. It's rechargeable. One of the problems is that this Tern doesn't have a proper down tube. It just has a seat post, saddle, seat post, frame. So there's nowhere really to put the battery. So what you do, you make up a special bracket. This bracket fits underneath the bottle cage. Got 2 bolts. On top of the cage, the bracket's clamped underneath the bottle cage. It's pretty secure. This is a Shimano part. This is a battery holder bottle cage adapter. So here you see the screw in the front. Underneath we've got clinch nuts. There's one here, another one underneath you can't see. That's very secure. Also with your leg coming down the side here, it's out of the way. It doesn't get in the way of anything. That's a really neat installation. I'm quite pleased with that. See here, this is the hinge. You have to be really careful not to get too close to the hinge so that when the bike folds and unfolds you've got plenty of flexibility in the cable here. Retaining the flexibility of this is the rear brake. It's also, and you have to keep the cables running on the pin side of the hinge, not the other side, as I discovered. This is a really neat upgrade. On the standard bike you've got that white nylon wrap. It's awful. Come on guys, at Tern you can do better than that. For a 50p you can buy these really nice, these are yellow cable ties. It just matches really nicely with the frame colour. Yeah. Cable tie, yellow cable tie, yellow cable tie. Now, going up there, doesn't that look tidy compared to the standard white plastic wrap? Yes, of course it does. Next thing is to get a brake lever. Take off the old brake lever. There we are, come around the other side. This is the Shimano setup. What you've got here is you've got 2 paddle levers. Here's one, the other one. Looks a bit awkward, but you very quickly get used to it. You just touch on there, it hits a micro switch. Touch on there, another micro switch. It's just a switch, on-off switch. That changes the gear, instantaneous, almost instantaneous. Once you've ridden one of those, you just won't want to go back to the standard change. It's so quick. You change twice as often, 3 times as often as you normally would, just to keep your cadence up. Here's that Shimano lever. The hood looks familiar, very similar to the old one. It's a straight fit, one to the other, no problems at all. I have run the cable underneath the tape. The electrical cables, control cables, are very thin, so you hardly notice it. It's the electrical cable coming out here underneath, quite nice and thin, really compact. Oh, still got a cable tie on there, I have to cut that off. Here we are, here's the heart of it, amazingly. It's a tiny little control unit. Amazingly, I think that's where the brains are. Now I'm going to touch the lever, and you'll see a green light coming on. You ready? Yeah, green light. Again, green light. Okay. That means that the battery's got power in it and we're good to go. That lasts, I'm told, something like 1,000 hours, so it lasts your whole season before you have to recharge it. If the battery loses its charge, you can't change gear, but it's unlikely, not with 1,000 hours of power in it. Here we are, here's the old brake hood. On the left hand side, notice the old brake hood has got the indicator on. The cable coming out the side. Here's the new one. Here's the new hood. Oh, there's no indicator, no cable coming out the side. Neat installation. Just tidies it up really nicely. I fitted tri-bars on this. That's a neat addition to it. It gives you another position on the bike. It just gives you a bit of lower position, keep out the wind. It matches the bullhorn bars really nicely. It's all clamped back nicely back here. It all fits together really well. This is in the middle is an iPhone adapter which I use for training. It's very nice setup. I've got some twin headlamp brackets down here. Oh, it's very tidy. So, what else have we got? You've got to fit a junction box somewhere. That's where I decided to fit my junction box. You can just see it has 4 sockets. It just connects all the cables together. You don't have to worry which cable goes where. It's a clever system. You just plug it in anywhere. It knows what cable it is, what it's connected to. You don't have to worry about numbering them, which goes where. It all sorts itself out. Very clever system, so easy to fit. Yeah, there's a cable run going down there to the battery. Here's the heart of the matter. This is the Shimano Ultegra changer. This is actually, it just fits. It took me a long while to find out that it fitted on the same hanger. It's the same sort of jump, just slightly bigger, slightly heavier than the standard one, but it just fits straight in. No problems at all. No adapter, no messing about. You just take the old one off, slap the new one in. No problems at all. It looks roughly the same, slightly bulkier here. Here you see the electrical control cable going in the back here. Just a single cable, that's all it is. You just plug it in and away you go. It's so easy. I've had that going through deep puddles, floods. I've had a hose on it, no problems at all. Doesn't seem to bother about water. It's all meant to be waterproof connectors, waterproof fittings. Very, very impressive bit of design. Here's the cable, control cable for the rear changer running back up alongside the brake cable. There we are. Just leave that there. You're going to do this, remember, as I forgot, remember to run it through the frame, run it along and clamp it to the pin side of the hinge, otherwise the bike won't fold anymore, or you'll damage the cable, one or the other. So here we are. This is the Tern Verge X30 with electronic change. That is really a useful upgrade. Very pleased with that. I rode it on a 100-kilometre ride 2 weeks ago, and no problems at all, just felt so smooth. There we are.